Hello, welcome to our classes. I am Dr. K.K. Misra. This video tutorial is on multiple choice questions on statistical methods. This is part 3rd. Now come to the questions. Number 1. The method of sampling in which the choice of sample items depends exclusively on the judgment of the investigator is termed as dash A. Convenience sampling, B. Quota sampling, C. Systematic sampling, or D. Judgment sampling. Correct option is D. Judgment sampling. 2. Both the sampling as well as the non-sampling errors must be reduced to a minimum in order to get as representative a sample of the dash as possible. A group, B region, C population, D universe. Correct option is C population. 3. The larger the size of the population, the dash should be the sample size. A smaller, B larger, C accurate, D fixed. The correct option is B larger. 4. When the data is to be processed by computers, then it must be coded and converted into the dash A English language, B regional language, C statistical language, D computer language. Correct option is C statistical language. 5. A variable is any characteristic which can assume dash values: A different, B similar, C fixed, D assumed. Correct option is A different. 6. The basic objective of a sample is to draw dash about the population from which such sample is drawn: A conclusion, B characteristics, C inferences, D parameters. The correct option is C inferences. 7. In dash type of classification, the data is grouped together according to some distinguished characteristic or attribute such as region, religion, sex, age, national origin, and so on. A. Quantitative, B. Chronological, C. Qualitative, D. All. The correct option is C. Qualitative. 8. A dash variable is a variable whose values can theoretically take on an infinite number of values within a given range of values: A. Continuous, B. Discrete, C. Random, D. Both A and B. The correct option is A. Continuous. 9. A perfect random number table would be one in which every digit has been entered dash A. Chronologically, B. Sequentially, C. Randomly, D. Arbitrarily. Correct option is C. Randomly. 10. The dash random variables yield categorical responses so that the responses fit into one category or another: A. Quantitative, B. Discrete, C. Continuous, D. Qualitative. Correct option is D. Qualitative. 11. A dash is a phenomenon of interest in which the observed outcomes of an activity are entirely by chance, are absolutely unpredictable, and may differ from response to response: A. Discrete variable, B. Continuous variable, C. Random variable, or D. All. The correct option is C. Random variable. 12. For a sample to be truly representative of the population, it must truly be dash A. Fixed, B. Random, C. Specific, D. Casual. Correct option is B. Random. 13. By definition of randomness, each dash has the same chance of being considered: A. Possible entity, B. Probable entity, C. Random entity, D. Observed entity. Correct option is A. Possible entity. 14. Before any procedures for dash are established, the purpose and the scope of the study must be clearly specified: A. Data analysis, B. Data tabulation, C. Data collection, D. Data selection. Correct option is C. Data collection. 15. Adequacy of data is to be judged in the light of the requirements of the survey and the geographical areas covered by the dash data: A. Collected, B. Available, C. Organized, or D. Tabulated. Here correct option is B. Available. 16. The sample is truly representative of the population, then the characteristics of the sample can be considered to be the same as those of the dash population: A. Fixed, B. Selected, C. Random, or D. Entire. The correct option is D. Entire. 17. Statistical inference deals with the methods of inferring or drawing That's about the characteristics of the population based upon the results of the sample taken from the same population. A. Details. B. Decisions. C. Conclusions. D. Samples. Here correct option is C. Conclusions. 18. If the sample size is too small, it may not dash represent the population or the universe as it is known, thus leading to incorrect inferences. A. Appropriately. B. Reliably. C. Homogeneously. D. Heterogeneously. Correct option is A. Appropriately. 19. Editing would also help eliminate inconsistencies or obvious errors due to dash treatment. A. Characteristics. B. Arithmetical. C. Calculation or D. Tabulation. Correct option is B. Arithmetical. 21. An investigator uses the data which has already been collected by others. Such data is called dash. A. Primary data. B. Collected data. C. Processed or D. Secondary data. Correct option is D. Secondary data. 21. In the case of the questionnaire method of gathering data, it should be made certain that all the questions have been dash. A. Read. B. Interpreted. C. Answered. D. All of the above. Correct option is C. Answered. 22. Dash provides various types of statistical information of either qualitative or quantitative nature. A. Sampling. B. Tabulation. C. Observation or D. Editing. The correct option is A. Sampling. 23. In statistics, dash classification groups the data according to locational differences among the items. A. Chronological. B. Geographical. C. Regional or D. Alphabetical. The correct option is B. Geographical. 24. The degree of randomness of selection would depend upon the process of selecting the items from the dash. A. Population. B. Region. C. Sample. D. Data. Correct option is C. Sample. 25. A dash sample is obtained by selecting convenient population units. A. Random. B. Quota. C. Stratified or D. Convenience. Correct option is D. Convenience. 26. A dash sample is formed by selecting one unit at random and then selecting additional units at evenly spaced intervals until the sample has been formed. A. Stratified. B. Systematic. C. Judgment or D. Random. The correct option is D. Systematic. 26. The sampling errors arise due to drawing faulty inferences about the dash based upon the results of the samples. A. Sample. B. Survey. C. Population or D. Census. Correct option is C. Population. 28. A summary measure that describes any given characteristic of the population is known as a dash. A. Parameter. B. Information. C. Inference or D. Statistics. Correct option is A. Parameter. 20. Dash means separating items according to similar characteristics and grouping them into various classes. A. Tabulation. B. Editing. C. Separation. D. Classification. Here correct option is D. Classification. 30. Dash is one which is collected by the investigator himself for the purpose of a specific inquiry or study. A. Secondary data. B. Primary data. C. Statistical data or D. Published data. Correct option is B. Primary data. So this was all about video tutorial. I hope that you have liked it, and if you have liked it, please do not forget to subscribe my YouTube channel or classes and do press the bell button so that you keep on getting the notifications, and do forward it to many those who are in your connect and need. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much. Have a nice time. Best of luck.